7 years ago today, I made my first video talking about an anime, and that was of Dragon Ball Super and where the franchise was at that point. I hadn't made a video like this before in my entire time doing YouTube up until that point. The videos that I posted before were just random clips of me playing video games with my friends online, and that was pretty much it. I thought that would be enough in order to gain a viewer base and gain subscribers, but it wasn't. Ultimately, though, I got super invested into watching the Dragon Ball franchise with the original Dragon Ball run when Goku was a kid, Dragon Ball Z, and eventually Dragon Ball Super. I made a video talking about it and where it was at that point, and I gave my thoughts, and now I pretty much do that for a whole bunch of other stuff nowadays, and I have been doing that for a couple of other shows. I did that for Mob Psycho 100, I did that for Bleach, I did it for One Punch Man, I did it for a couple of other shows recently like My Dress Up Darling and Tomo-chan as a Girl, and I'm currently watching through One Piece, and I'm tempted to maybe make a video talking about that. I talked about the live action version recently, but the first video that I did that for was for Dragon Ball Super. And for that, I'll forever be thankful for Dragon Ball as a franchise existing, and I thank Toriyama for creating a franchise that I'm still super invested into to this day, and for continuing to keep working on this series that has been around for almost 40 years next year in 2024. And with that, because it'll be the 40th anniversary of the Dragon Ball manga, we're getting a new Dragon Ball anime, and it's called Dragon Ball Daima. And it's a new franchise, a new series, new Dragon Ball anime series that is completely original. Nothing in the manga actually has this. This is a completely brand new thing created by Akira Toriyama, who was the original creator of the Dragon Ball manga. And basically what the premise is, from what we can tell with the information that we currently have, that was recently announced over at Comic-Con, I'm pretty sure. And basically what we know is that Goku and the rest of the cast have this curse upon them somewhere. Someone shrunk them down, and now they look like little kids, and now it's up to the combined teamwork of the Supreme Kai and Goku to travel to some new world to find out what's going on and find the person who did this, and then put a stop to whatever they have planned. And that's so far as much as I know. There are probably some more information in the leaks for this show that some other Dragon Ball YouTubers are talking about. Probably someone like Geekdom 101 has probably been talking about it a lot. I know he has, actually. I've seen a couple of his videos already, but I haven't really heard too much of what he's already talked about, other than stuff that has already been officially announced in the trailer that they put out recently. But ultimately, what I really want to say for this portion of the video, before we get on to the next topic, is that I'm super excited. From what I saw from the trailer, I only saw like Geekdom's breakdown of the trailer. I didn't actually get to see it for myself, and I'm going to. But from what I saw, it just sort of had that weird like charm that the original run of Dragon Ball had, like the original Dragon Ball serialization of just being this wacky adventure with a ton of laughs and just a ton of fun, right? And it's just this big old grand adventure of Goku going to this new world that he's never been before to try to figure out how to stop the bad guy. And it sort of just feels like the original serialization of Dragon Ball, which ultimately that is the whole point of the show existing. Toriyama wanted to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Dragon Ball manga, so the best way to do that is he thought of a creative story that would return Goku back to being a kid again and have him do stuff sort of like how GT sort of did, but it's gonna be different from GT. How will it be different? I have no idea, other than Goku just being a kid again. So yeah, I just am honestly expecting just a really fun experience, just a big old grand fun adventure that's lower stakes than what's been currently going on in the manga currently. Toyotaro has been working on the manga. He's been doing stuff with characters like Moro and Granola, and even Frieza. He got a new form a while ago, so the manga has significantly higher stakes, but I think Dragon Ball Daima is supposed to be just a big grand adventure with a little bit lower stakes, but still enough to get invested into and for you to keep watching. And I'm excited for just something new that Dragon Ball hasn't done in a very, very long time. And I hope Toriyama has created something that is just super fun to watch. But with this information being released, and even before then when it was just leaks and rumors, the announcement hadn't even been made yet, Dragon Ball fans were very upset. People were not happy about this. People were really waiting for the Dragon Ball Super anime to come back and for them to start adapting the manga material, starting with maybe potentially the Broly movie and doing what they did with Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, which is adding more to what the movie had already done, or just doing something different than what the movie had already done, or just getting straight into the Moro arc and just letting the movies be canonical to the Dragon Ball Super anime or the Dragon Ball timeline, but let them stay as like the movies and let them be what they are. Which wouldn't be too bad of an idea if they decided to do that. But who knows what they'll end up doing once we eventually end up getting Dragon Ball Super, the anime, to come back. But so far, fans are not happy. They're not excited for this. A lot of people are saying a lot of really just dumb hot takes. And when the leaks were being like sent out, I actually had made a tweet basically just like of a meme of like just people just saying that like their opinions on like a show that hasn't even been released yet. It's just dumb. Like the fact that people are just saying all this really dumb, stupid shit when we haven't even seen like an episode yet. It just really frustrated me, and it felt like that fans aren't actually excited for new Dragon Ball material. They're just excited for stuff that they had basically had already seen before. You know, the only people who haven't seen it yet are the people who don't read the manga. Like me, I don't really read the Dragon Ball manga. I just don't have really any interest in reading manga at this point. I'm just sticking with watching anime and waiting for whenever stuff gets adapted into animation, because that's just what I prefer at the moment. People are just, they spin this whole thing completely out into a different direction when it was supposed to be. They should be excited for new Dragon Ball material, but instead they're just taking time to be just an extremely toxic fan base and bitching about something that ultimately doesn't end up fucking matter. That's really the main reason why I wanted to make this video. Obviously, I wanted to talk about Dragon Ball Daima and like some of the information that we know and that I'm excited about it, but I also really quickly wanted to talk about the fact that the fan base has been extremely toxic recently. They've been saying a lot of really dumb stuff in regards to the show that they don't even really know anything about other than what we currently know from Comic-Con, and that's basically it. It just kind of really frustrated me, and I wanted to say that the Dragon Ball fan base is just still extremely toxic, and I don't understand how they can continue to be this toxic to this day. But, you know, every fandom has their toxic fans. It is what it is, I guess. But sometimes when they come out and they're just like the overwhelming majority of what I see on the internet, it just ends up becoming significantly more frustrating to see, when especially it's about a series that I have been an extreme fan of since I first started playing the video games back when I was a kid on the PlayStation 2 with Budokai Tenkaichi 2 and 3. It was just really frustrating to see, and the fandom's still pretty toxic, but regardless of them, I'm still really excited for Dragon Ball Daima. I hope it ends up being just an extremely fun adventure with some laughs and some giggles and some great action. It already looks like it's going to be extremely well animated from what we saw from the trailer so far. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm just extremely excited for this new show. I hope it ends up being really good. I hope Toriyama has created something that he's truly passionate about, and it's just extremely creative. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. I'm extremely interested to read what they are. Yeah, other than that, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more, please be sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.